Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for stopping in. Here we are, it's December 30th, and I've been planning on doing what I call a no spend-uary. I'm going to try my best to not spend any money throughout January and February. So I'm hoping I can inspire some of you to ride along, maybe give you some ideas where you can save in the new year. Here are my three big whys. So I've also been trying to build a stockpile of food. I was blessed by my son a couple mom's days ago with a 7 cubic foot deep freezer, and then I have the typical side-by-side fridge freezer setup, and those are stuffed full. So back to the whys. My number one why is I need to use up food and make room just so that I'm not constantly trying to find the tiniest little bit of space to stuff something in there. And then the subset of that is we might possibly be moving late summer, early fall. Yeah, so use up the storage for space and in case we move, because no matter how cheaply you might have bought something, if you have to pay to move it, you're not saving anything, right? And then my second why is I want to save money, and I get a base salary, praise Lord, but my side hustle money is from doing inspections for punch lists on new construction, but that has really slowed down since June. And meanwhile, I have not slowed down on the grocery hauls, so I've got to rein that in. And then my second save money why is I had to buy a new car in October. So I'd like to pay that car off as soon as possible, especially if we're going to be moving. And then my third why, I kind of have a grocery shopping addiction. I do, honestly. And long story short, it's going to be really, really hard to stick to this no spend-uary plan. This is not going to be easy for me. It's really just due to those three main reasons: use up food, save money, and stop going to the store at every little whim because I don't need to. So on to my parameters. First of all, I'm going to absolutely not go into any store for the first 2 weeks in January. Preferably 30 days, but I'm thinking after the first 2 weeks, we may get a little low on produce, need to restock a little dairy, but definitely nothing in the first 2 weeks. And then when I do go to the store, I don't know if you guys are part of Ibotta, and I have about $120 that I've built up over the last month or two. So when I do need to go to the store, and the plan is with the 120, if you divide that by 2 months, that's $60 a month, or roughly $15 a week. So that's going to be my rule of thumb for when I do venture out to get a little more produce or dairy. So then my other one is I will not allow myself to look at the weekly flyer ads. And Aldi, if you've ever shopped there, they have their Aldi Finds aisle, that weekly ad that comes out. Oh my gosh, that is so hard to resist. And then once I'm there, I'm buying groceries plus the Aldi, household stuff or whatever that's on their ad that week. So no looky-loo for me. I won't even open those ads. January, February, it's gonna be no looking. And then I'm going to track my weekly usage, which is kind of a duh, but another YouTuber I follow who I just love, if you haven't seen On Pursuit of Simplicity, she suggested that when you're doing these no spend month, really keep track of what you're actually totally using in a month, just so you can get a realistic idea of what bare minimum your family needs, and then that'll help make future budgets. So I'm also going to have a little arsenal of ways to resist temptation. When I get that urge to go, I'm going to do these three things. I'm going to go review my food, open the refrigerator and look at everything, the pantry, the freezer, just make myself stare at it. And I'm also going to open my bank account, look at my balance, look at my checking, my savings. And I'm going to take a look at my monthly budget, you know, money in, money out. It's an eye opener when you look at your balance before you leave the house and go shopping. So, and focus on, as far as the usage of the food, I have three areas that I really want to be conscious of. And that is, first of all, I'm going to focus on what is about to expire or expiring soon. And then, I don't know about you guys, but when I cook, even though we're a small family, it's really hard to cook just the amount that I know we will eat in that meal. I stick it in the freezer, and I have what I call my bits and bites bin. That's, you know, leftover taco meat, maybe leftover pork or beef roast, veggies that I bought and stuck in there because they were about to go bad and I didn't use them, stuff from my garden. Bits and bites, because that will quickly clear quite a bit of space in my freezer. Also, back to my great sales. Last year, they had these fantastic deals on Dr. Prager burgers, which are veggie burgers. And Publix kept having BOGOs on those. Ibotta had $2 rebates per package, plus Dr. Prager's had $2 coupons per package. And literally, I got paid to buy those things. I snapped up a lot of those, and I'm going to try to incorporate burgers at least once a week until those are gone. So yeah, those three items are going to be the main focus in at least the first part of my no spend-uary. So the bits and bites, using the expired or about to expired, and those Dr. Prager burgers. And I'm going to do weekly YouTube posts just to give everyone an update on what I've cleared out, and maybe some of you will be interested in that. And then at the end of January and the end of February, I'm going to do a recap of what all got used, how much I actually spent at the store, hopefully next to nothing, and review that with you guys. You guys are going to be my weigh-in. So that's the game plan. And because I've been out of town for 10 days, so today I did a little bit of grocery shopping just to mainly get produce and a couple of items for New Year's Eve because I'm staying in to save money. And I'll go over that with you here in a minute. I had several returns to do today, but they all added up. And I'm gonna go over with you the total that I spent on the groceries versus the total amount that I made on those returns, and take a look at that. All right, so this is my haul today. I went to 3 grocery stores, Aldi, Publix, and Walmart. So just to start over here, the world is crazy, but that 18 count of eggs at Walmart was $6.67 today, you guys. So almost a $2 jump in less than 2 weeks. Had to get a little bit of dairy. The Oikos yogurt, we're on a BOGO at Publix, like $5.57 a carton. So call it $2.80 on the BOGO. And same thing with the bread on each side of it. Those were a BOGO at Publix. and I got a package of butter and another carton of half and half. Right now I've got enough to get through that 2-week window if I'm not stepping in a store for sure. And most of this came from Aldi, and most of it, as you can see, the brunt of what I spent was produce. So I'm not gonna go line item by line item because you all have an idea of what these cost. But I will say the Green Giant veggies are on sale, 2 for $7, and then I had 2 $1 coupons. I got those at Publix. The rest of all that produce is from Aldi. And I also picked up a package of tortellini. If you guys haven't tried this at Aldi, this is wonderful. I like to make a salad with it to take to work. So that's the plan for the week for lunches and breakfasts at work. And then these I got for New Year's Eve. I mean, obviously I'll probably have a little bit of leftovers from that, but these were pricey. The puff pastries I think were $6.99. These cranberry and feta puffs, even my YAs love those. And then this coconut breaded shrimp, that was only $4.50. I think there's 10 or 12 in the box. And of course some black-eyed peas, which those were on sale at Publix for $1.59 for the bag. And then this is from Publix. This is a flourless chocolate cake. Those are amazing. And then I have lots of coffee, but this is my favorite kind. And then here for the non-food items, which I didn't get much of, as you can tell, the Dove, those are on sale at Publix this week. 2 for $7, so $3.50 each. And then there's a digital coupon. If you buy 3, you get $5 off, at least until March. And then this, and cat food, that's kind of a no need to explain, right? So that's the haul. And I'll show you real quick what's in my fridge, which I know sometimes that can just be really boring, but just to give you an idea, like I said, a little bit of cream and half. There's a lot of cheeses and a little bit of lunch meat. I'm probably gonna need to restock that mid-January. I live in South Florida, so we have a bread shelf because if you leave it out, that stuff will get moldy in 3 days or less. And buns, because I'm gonna eat those Dr. Prager burgers no matter what. And then I already had, I think there's 10 eggs left in that carton hiding back there. So that's why I got another one today, which just killed me. If only I bought more before I left. And then, you know, a few yogurts and a bunch of bevies. And then all I have left in this sad veggie drawer, limes, lemons, a couple peppers from my garden that look a little worse for the wear, and basically half a package of carrots. I do have a couple bags of onions in the pantry, so that's why I didn't get any onions. And yeah, that's what we're rolling with as far as perishable stuff until middle to late January. All right, so I said I would review with you what I spent total on this haul today versus how much I got in the way of returns. And the only reason why I'm really bringing this up is because how many times do you buy, you know, a shirt or some small item, you know, because it's something you don't want and you spent the money if you don't return it. So I made it a point today to go get all those little returns done. So $105 in returns. Imagine if I just let that stuff sit and not taken it back. That would have been just sad. And then what I spent today, so I spent a total of $154.62, call it $155. I needed all those things to be successful on my no Spend-uary. And if I hadn't had the returns, I would have been out of pocket $155. Okay, so now just to make this all relative, back to my over shopping. In December, I spent a total of $932. Plus I spent $200 in Kansas City in the grocery store. And then where you see saved at Publix and Walmart, etc., $361. What I did is I went through my receipts, and Publix is easiest because at the bottom they total what your savings were, if it was on BOGO, if it was a sale price, if you had coupons. You get the idea. I would have spent an additional $361 if I hadn't had those savings. So isn't that just crazy money? My grocery expenditures include, if you can put it in your mouth or you need it to run the household, that's included in my grocery budget, just because for me that's easier than trying to have a separate budget for food versus that kind of thing. And then just again to give you a relative idea, these are all my receipt totals from October, 917, November, call it 900, and then December that we just reviewed, 932. And isn't that crazy to think that in 3 months I spent $3,000 on food and household products? I'm really hoping to get that number way, way, way down, even after my no Spend-uary, maybe $300 to $400 a month max. And I'm gonna try my best. So thank you guys for stopping in and going over my no Spend-uary plans, my little shopping haul. I hope you all had fantastic Christmases and are looking forward to the new year. Take care. Bye.